Here's the new tool that I'm working with. Now this tool is for expanding copper tubing. It's actually a refrigeration tool. And first I'm going to show you how it's meant to be used, and then I'll show you how I'm using it. I found this on Amazon.com and paid about $80 for it. Now this is a well-made quality tool. But there are a number of different brands on the market, and the prices vary. Here I have two pieces of 1/2 inch copper tubing. If I wanted to join them together, I would use a 1/2 inch copper coupling. Couple the two pieces together and solder. Using this tool is a bit different. First, annealing the copper to soften it. When it's cool, using the 5/8 inch expander. Press the handles together to expand the copper tube. It fits and does away with the need for a coupling. Now this part fits in the tubing, and when the handles are pressed together, the fingers expand. With this set, 1/2 inch to 1 inch copper tubing can be expanded. Now for my work to sell, it must be appealing. And copper tubing in itself is not very interesting. I'm always looking for ways to make my pieces more appealing. Expanding the tubing puts a lot of stress on the material, so this is why it must be annealed. Now here I'm using oxygen acetylene, but annealing can be done with just a propane torch. And this is a street light I use on some of my wall sculptures, starting with a 1/2 inch copper cap. By annealing, expanding, annealing again, and moving up to the next size, and then expanding. Notice I'm not inserting the copper cap completely into the expander. So I end up with a completely different shape, which I think is more interesting. Now what caused me to buy the expander is when I was making these copper tubing dried flower holders. I wanted to make the copper more interesting. Now this piece of 3/4 inch copper tubing has been annealed. I'm going to try to expand this 3 times, going up 1 size larger each time. And I have to anneal each time I expand. Now the first expansion, inserting the expander in as far as it will go. For the second expansion, inserting the expander in 2/3 of the way. For the final expansion, inserting the expander in 1/3 of the way. When this is finished, it will be more eye-catching than just a plain copper tube. Or this last piece. I started out with a 1/2 inch piece of copper tubing, expanding just the lower half. So I annealed, expanded, annealed, expanded, and here is the final piece, expanded from 1/2 inch to 1 1/8 inch. And I'm looking forward to having more time to see what else I can come up with using this tool.